Hello, hello, good evening. I think we're just gonna finish off the week doing some pretty pots. I feel like that's a good plan. How's it going? Happy Thursday. Whoops. Hello, hello. Don't forget to hit that big like button up at the top of the screen, guys. Hope you guys had a good day, a good productive day, whether that be at work or household stuff or art stuff. I had a one-on-one today, and I worked on some pretty pots, and I was working on a VIP thing for next month. Look how pretty. We got a little bit of snow, like maybe 1.5 inches. Nothing too crazy though. Like a dusting. It's cold out though. It's very cold. If we were further up in the state, would have gotten more, maybe even a little further over, would have gotten a little bit more, but the general Pittsburgh area didn't really get anything. Oh no, poor Baba. It's never fun when our fur babies are sick. Yeah, that's like, I mean, I don't want to say that's a lot of snow for us because we've definitely gotten more, but I feel like whenever we get snow these days, it's a little bit kind of like that. Wow, turned into 6 inches. It turned out all right. I mean, I can still tell that there were some, cosmetic issues, like right in this area. You can kind of see. But, I mean, there really wasn't any fixing that. From far away, though, you can't really tell. No, I am not. Not on this, at least. I have specific things that I use mica powders for, and since I tend to mix them in Duraclear and it's thin, they're not probably something I would use very often on pots. Maybe for like a little bit of top dots, but overall probably wouldn't use it too much. Besides like maybe coating a pot a couple times, Thanks. Hey, thank you. These are called pretty pots. I came up with these because I cannot keep plants alive to save my life. So instead, and I do seasonal ones and regular ones, but do artificial flowers and succulents and stuff. This is one of my Halloween ones. And you don't have to worry about watering them or anything like that. They just look pretty. Maybe dusted every once in a while. Hello, hello. So, I was working on There's a few Valentine's Day ones. This one was a Halloween one that I never finished, so I finished it. This one will probably have like a little penguin in the top, like a little icy winter vibe, but the majority of the other ones are Valentine's Day or cutie pots. This one could probably pass for Easter too, but like, you know, pastel conversation heart kind of idea. And there's the other one. So this one doesn't really have a theme. This is just a general pretty pot. I guess I could put like a bunny in it if I wanted to, but I don't know. Whenever the time comes for me to do the fill, that's when I'll decide. I don't have an igloo. I know. Oh yeah, that'd be cute. I don't know if I have like princess items. I have a lot of things to put inside the pots, but I don't know if I have any princess stuff. This color palette, oh yeah. Can't go wrong with blues and teals and purples. I was painting this one during my one-on-one. These are 2.5 inch. I have, or had, I don't know, unless they got rid of the listing. I have these linked on my Amazon storefront, which you can find in my link tree. Hello. I found this new like pot size at Walmart. I forgot to base coat them, but I thought they might be fun to paint. They might be kind of difficult to paint. I don't know where I put them. They're somewhere here. But they're like a totally different shape than these. But if I can hold it and not stick my hands in paint while I'm painting it, I feel like it'll turn out pretty cool. Thank you. And I guess when I said we'll finish off the week painting pots, we still have to leave Saturday open for Christmas ornaments. But besides that, a pot that I messed up on, I can show you a broken one. Maybe. I might not be able to reach it. Oh, this one I just never finished from last year. Oh, the broken one's kind of far up, I guess. You know, I don't really have many of them that I mess up on at this point, especially because I haven't painted these for a little bit. I took a little bit of a hiatus on pretty pots. But when I was going through the other room and kind of decluttering and kind of going through all the stuff that I had for these, kind of made me want to start making a few again. Oh, I'm so glad you love it. How are you doing? How are you feeling? Well, when you paint like 400 plus of these, you get pretty good at it. Plus, the template, the Pot Perfect sheet to help me make sure that my first row of dots are nice and even, that has helped a lot too. Because I guess I would say the ones that I mess up on in the past were when I like did the first row of dots and they were like they weren't a good divisible number, you know? Oh, I mess up all the time. All the time. Depending on how far along I was, yeah, but if there's a bunch of dots on there, then it's kind of hard to repaint over because it's like bumpy, you know? So sometimes I just toss it. Oh, thank you. Speaking of nails, guys, I broke a nail yesterday. Oh man, it's so sad. I go in like a week, and it's like my nails are at the end of their life. Like I was due for a like soak off, completely new set of nails, everything like that. So the purple paint, I'm gonna try to avoid sending you guys down a rabbit hole. I know I'm really good at, you know, influencing you guys about stuff, but these paints are a little difficult to find. I feel like they might not be making them anymore. So they're called, and I'm kind of collecting them as I find them. They're called, what are these called? Oh my gosh. I know it's like, oh, Art Alchemy. I'm like, where's the name? Art Alchemy paints? Yeah. So I've been collecting some. I have 5 right now. And I think I have another like 5 or 6 coming because like I had a gift card for Amazon, so I figured I'd see how the quality was. The thing about these paints is that a lot of the times they're pretty thick. So you guys know I don't usually like to thin out my paint. I usually tend to just choose a paint that I don't have to use a flow medium or anything to, but these ones typically need a little bit of flow medium. In fact, I probably would need to add a little bit more to that one. It's just I mean, it's fine, but it's just a little thicker than the paint that I would normally work with. I'll show you guys the one I got in today. It is so pretty. It's called Phoenix Feather. And I got the ones that I'm waiting on. I got a handful of like orange red ones, kind of, because I don't have any really good metallic red and orange colors, so I wanted to add that. But like this was too pretty to pass up. But look at this one. Oh, hold on. Whoa, isn't that stunning? Oh, so pretty. This is what it looks like when it's dry. No, yeah, they're like $9 to $12 usually, depending on where you can find them. So, they're pretty. Would I like tell you guys to run out and try and buy a bunch right now? No. But they are really pretty. Deb, I don't know if Deb's in here. I haven't seen if she popped in. Deb was using this purple on the mirror piece that she made me the other week. And of course I was like, let me go just see what colors I can find. And, you know, I wound up buying a few. I'll show you the other ones I have after I'm finished with this row. But yeah, I'm waiting, I think, for like maybe 5 more. And I think it says they should be here on Saturday. These, well, this one right now is Deco Art, but the purple one is Art Alchemy. They come in little paint pots, and now I've had them before, and I eventually threw them out, which is actually kind of annoying because I only decided to throw them out probably like 2 months ago. Before I got like a good quality flow medium. Like I didn't think it was like salvageable, but apparently they probably were, so annoying. But anyways, so this is the purple one. I love how it has like the pinky shift and not, I mean, I like the blue shift too of the color shift, but this one I think I got from scrapbook.com. This one, I believe the first 4 I got were from scrapbook.com. This one's like a really pretty like plum with like a rose gold shift kind of. Oh, absolutely stunning. So I actually have some sparks too. I'll show you. The sparks ones are like super shiny. So this is a blue one. It's like an icy blue one. This one was also a sparks, I believe. Yeah, the orange one that I showed you guys first. And then the last one that I have for now, because I'm getting more, this one is like a really pretty like tealy. But yeah, so the sparks ones are a little bit more sparkly. The metallics are you know, you can kind of see the difference, right? But both really pretty. I like them, you know, but I had to add flow medium to all of these. So just kind of an FYI, like that's still kind of thick, but usable, just a little thick. But yeah, it's like, it's really hard to find a bunch of colors. Did I finish this? Yeah. I feel like maybe they're not making them anymore. I don't know though. I could be wrong. The purple one that I use is called Crocus Fields. This one was Romance Pink. Phoenix Feather was the orange one. This dark teal one was Night Shadow. And then the light blue one was Magical Pond. And which ones do I have coming? Hold on, let me look. So, I recently got a new flow medium, and I do like it, but a little bit goes a long way. Like, just a few drops at a time. Like, it's literally like water. It's crazy. But I've been using this recently, and I really like it. But I don't really use flow mediums that often. So, I'm sure Liquitex makes a really good one that's similar. Okay, so I have Green Goblin coming on the 24th. I guess that's Saturday. The 24th? Sheesh. Whatever. Okay, I guess it's not Saturday. It's next Saturday. Mermaid Sparkle, Flame, which is red, Amethyst, which is another purple one, and Ginger Magic, which is like a goldish orange one. So I'm excited to see what those look like. Okay, so we'll set this one aside. I guess we need to use our Pot Perfect to make a new one, yes. Real fast, look what came out today. Yeah, still exciting. Let me set this aside for now. Wanda, hello. I kind of use them for both. Teardrop, I know, right? So exciting. So this is called Pot Perfect. This is one out of a handful of sheets in the set. I like to do a 24 or 28 count row, so that's why I have this one. But this is the Pot Perfect. This was designed by Paula, our lovely Paula. She's the best for stuff like this. Like, my mind can't like comprehend how to, you know, make stuff like this, but that's what she likes to do, this kind of stuff for me. So this is called the Pot Perfect, and this works for multiple different size pots. And you'll notice, like, on the other pages that have like more dots all the way around, you'll notice that like these are much bigger, and you can use them on large pots. So I sell a laminated version. They're currently out of stock because I have to make more, but I also have a downloadable PDF file that you guys can grab if you're interested, and you just print it out and you can like laminate it yourself. You don't have to laminate it. You can put it in like a binder sleeve. But basically what I'm doing, carefully, because I'm trying not to bump into any of my pots that are already done, is I have this lined up. I center it in here, and then these lines, I'm just using my watercolor pencil because the watercolor will come off with just a little bit of water when you're done. This is my typical guideline marker when it comes to like, you know, anything that isn't shiny, basically. Good night, Shelby. It's a YouTube night. I know, the last one of the week. So then I just, I'm gonna just center that a little bit more. I just extend my lines down because that's where my dots are gonna start. Carefully. I don't think I was the most perfect with this, but it'll be fine. So this helps you not have to count your dots anymore. This will basically do it for you. Thank you, 2 to 6. But aren't the ones that are like 50 and more, you know what I mean? Those bigger ones, aren't those bigger? I can't remember. I have the whole set put away. I'm only using the ones that I need. Whoops, I missed. Hello, hello. So I kind of moved that whenever I was spinning it, so hopefully I did well. If not, it's fine. We'll make it work. So I like to use the 4mm dowel, which is like the middle size of the clear ones. That's what I like to use for my first row. Not sure what color palette I want to do, though. What do you guys want to do? Another Easter? I mean, not Easter. Valentine's? Decisions. Oh, I don't know. Oh gosh, yellow and orange. Well, I kind of do want to try out that phoenix feather, so maybe I should. Oh, St. Patrick's Day would be pretty too. All right. So I just placed my dots in between the marks. And if I did this right, the sheet that I use should give me 28 dots all the way. Oops. All the way around, which breaks up into every 4 once you want to start splitting up your wraparound design. It's important for like mandalas, but important for the wraparound designs like this to have numbers that you can evenly divide by, right? You don't want a prime number like 29, for example. So I like numbers that divide by 3 or divide by 4. Those are my favorite anyways. And this one is 28, so it'll divide by 4. I think I do like to hold it like this. So we'll keep doing that. So my lines were just slightly off because I just eyeballed it, but basically as long as I'm keeping it within these, they'll still wrap around in the end, so not too concerned about it. You had to search. Do you have me say, like, did you like subscribe, like follow my channel and hit the notification bell? Because if you do, then it'll shoot you a notification every time I go live. It should anyways. Happy Thursday. Perfect. Oh, they're some of my least favorite colors. But it's fine, I'll do it. Oh, weird. I don't know. I'm not sure. So I usually do 2 rows at first. And then I kind of start the rest of my design after that. Don't really know what design we're gonna do, but we'll just wing it and see what happens. So don't forget to hit that big like button up at the top. The big thumbs up. That's very important for YouTube, apparently. Yeah. I don't know, orange, yellow, red, unless I'm using red with like, you know, green. I just feel like they're not colors that I typically reach for in a color palette. I definitely prefer more cooler colors. Oh yeah. I wonder if I have any monarch butterflies left in my stash of things. I got plenty of, well, I don't know. I guess we'll see. I'll find out later this weekend when I do the fill on these. Which I do the fill off camera. Sorry, not sorry. It's kind of my zen time. And I change my mind a lot whenever I'm doing the fill, so I know it's something that you guys wouldn't mind seeing, but that's all right. I did get my lighter at Ace. Yep. My normal Hobby Lobby one that I love so much, they're not selling them anymore. Well, they're not Hobby Lobby brand, but I used to get my normal lighter at the Hob. They don't sell them anymore. And I ordered some off Amazon. One, they're more expensive, and two, it like took longer. And I like really needed a lighter, so I ran into Ace, which is right next door to Michael's near me, and grabbed one, and I like it a lot, actually. It's great when I do like resin stuff because it pops bubbles really, really well. Also, don't forget, tomorrow is the last day you can pre-order merch for either regular merch, Valentine's Day, or Easter. So just FYI, don't forget, because that's not something I order extras of. So I've done, oh, I guess I can put my rings back on now. I've done quite a few beach pots. And I've done a couple stash jars. Okay. I do want to use this. Probably be really pretty for top dots, but we're going to use it for this too. I'm sure it'll be fine, hopefully. Hello, hello. So since this should split up every 4. Should, as long as I did my lines right. Pot Perfect is probably one of my most favorite little tool invention things that Paula has come up with. It's probably my favorite of hers. Well, the stash jar guide stencils are great too, but the Pot Perfect is such a huge help. I can't, yeah, the sweatshirt options, they didn't have a good purple color, unfortunately. I did look though. But yeah, just t-shirts. Just t-shirts are available in colors. So there's a light pink for Valentine's and a light purple for the peeps. Yeah, the sweatshirts were like dark, and I was like, I was doing mock-ups with my like design, and I just didn't feel like the painted colors looked the greatest with the sweatshirt color options, so I just decided to keep them black. We should probably add one more yellow in, probably like maybe a light yellow. Let's see. Yeah, let's do baby duck. Actually, where the heck is Sunny Day? Is it like not here? I don't know. Hmm. Yes, sorry. Yes, new paint. So Deb influenced me when she was using some Art Alchemy paints on her live the other week. They are a little expensive and they're kind of difficult to find. Like there's like not like one place to get them all, if you know what I mean. I feel like they're not selling them anymore. Like I found some on scrapbook.com. I found some on some other places that I didn't purchase from because ultimately I wound up just going with Amazon for a handful because I had a gift card. But I don't know the quality of Amazon ones, you know. Sometimes I feel like the stuff, when you buy paint on Amazon, it's stuff that's been sitting on the shelf for a while. So these paints are thicker when you first get them. I had to thin it out with some flow medium. But once you thin it out a little bit, it's quite nice. So yeah, I have another orangey, goldish, yellowy one coming and a nice pretty metallic-y red one. Another purple, a green one. Trying to get a handful of colors, but yeah, I mean, they're more expensive on Amazon too. The ones from scrapbook.com were like $8.99, which is still a lot for paint, but if I can keep reviving them with flow medium as needed, then I'm sure it'll be fine. I was gifted a couple from Amazon a couple years ago, and they were so thick. And the flow medium that I had at the time just didn't really help. I actually just wound up throwing them out literally like a month or two ago. And now I'm kind of mad at myself because I feel like maybe I could have saved them with the new flow medium that I've been using, but whatever. Oh well. Hindsight 2020, right? How's it going? And it sucks because one of them was like a really pretty, like, shifty one. It was one of the opal ones, which is like a... They kind of reminded me of the folk art color shifts in a way. No, I didn't. No, I messaged my girl and she was like, oh no, do you want to come in for a fix? And I was like, we literally have an appointment in like a week. I feel like I should wait because it's a full soak off. So like I wouldn't want her to fix it if she's just going to take them off. So no, I did not fix it. I'm just kind of dealing with a bum nail right now. At least it's not like super noticeable, you know what I mean? I think we'll do this one. I have no idea. I posted in the Facebook group that it's very possible, well, it's not very possible. It could be possible that I broke it while packing orders and didn't notice. But when I noticed that it was broken, I was like emptying my trash can and I like spilled a bunch of stuff on the floor because the bag moved on me. And I like kind of went like this on the floor, didn't think anything of it until a couple minutes later when I looked and was like, oh no. I don't know what's gonna go inside this one yet. I haven't quite decided. Which one is this one? CS6. Perfect, it's right on top. I feel like I didn't add enough to this. Maybe. Yeah, I said someone finds it, they gotta send me picture proof and they win a prize. Kind of joking, but also That's super embarrassing to have a freaking nail in someone's package. So hopefully that didn't happen. I don't know that answer. I have a lot going on the last couple weeks of this month. I can certainly try, but typically my turnaround time is 6 weeks. The 15th onwards is usually my go time for like finishing VIP and all that kind of stuff. So oh yeah, thankfully I don't work in food. I mean, if I did work in food, I wouldn't have nails like this, but thankfully I don't work in food anymore, because could you imagine? Oh no. Was it your natural nail? Right? A couple people said they would like put it in the center of a mandala and send it back to me. That made me giggle. Well, that's good. Yeah, this one, everybody was really surprised at like how clean the break was, but basically it was pretty much where my natural nail was, like pretty much where it grew out, and it just snapped. Because these nails, I get my nails done every 3 weeks, but they don't, like, I don't get brand new nails every 3 weeks. I go every four appointments. So what is that, like 2.5, every 2.5, 3 months is when I get a full new set. So this is the end of this set. So usually at this point, it's only a matter of time, and I don't usually break nails. But, no, not really. I find it easier to mix with a Q-tip in these little paint containers, because you can really scrape the bottom really well. But I mean, all this is high gloss varnish and some really fancy mica powder. So it's not really paint. And if I'm like being a little less careless, I do try to, like, you know, kind of squeegee off the Q-tip into the container, but I didn't for this one because I was just quickly doing it. Yeah, so I've done a few Valentine's Day ones already, so might do one, maybe 2 more. The thing about doing a bunch of like strictly seasonal ones is that if they don't sell during that season, then they don't usually sell until maybe the next year. So being mindful, since these days these don't sell as well as they used to. Now, have I been doing them very often like I used to? Also no. So that might be another reason why I'm saying they don't sell as well, because I don't do them anymore. But so this is one of the micas that I'll be selling you guys eventually. Yeah, this kind of does remind me of Halloween, huh? How's it going? So look probably next week, guys, if you're waiting for the mica pre-order. That'll probably happen next week. Just an FYI. I have to narrow down to, I think, 10 colors, and then get some good pictures to list. The reason I'm doing a pre-order is because mica is expensive, and I can't afford to shell out, I don't even know how much money right now. So pre-orders are best. That way I know what you guys want. Maybe one day I'll just be able to do it without doing a pre-order, but at least for the first drop or two, it's going to be pre-order only. I might order a few extra colors, but for the most part, only ordering what you guys order. Me too. it's about time, you know. I've been kind of tired of scouring around trying to find the micas and the chameleon color shifts that are up to my standards, you know. And you know what? I'd rather just be the supplier for you guys instead of just always sending you guys elsewhere. I need to take care of myself a little bit, you know what I mean? So, hello. What is up? What is up? Happy Thursday. Yes. So these pots I don't sell them empty. These get an artificial succulent or plant little figurine, kind of like a little mini fairy garden, I guess. Because I cannot keep plants alive. I figure there's lots of people out there that are like me. But most importantly, I don't sell them empty because terracotta is very porous. And since I don't do plants, I'm not going to be testing something for a year or two to see how well, you know, it holds up to water. So ever since I've done these, I've done like artificial, these ones are black because Halloween, but artificial rocks, resin, succulents, like you can't take them out. They're in there. So you don't have to water it. You don't have to do anything. It just looks pretty all the time. These are 45. They are great teacher gifts. Yep, they're great desk sitters and they look really cute on like little TV stands, coffee tables, mantles. Yes, ma'am. These take hours to paint. Lots and lots of time has been put into my craft. When I painted these I used to do these all the time a couple of years ago. I kind of stopped because I got a little burnout. I sold over probably close to 400 that one year of just these. And that's not including any of my other art and things. So they do sell. Hey. Oh, how's she doing? Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Thank you. This is the first time in a long time that I've broken a nail. I don't usually break nails, but I did. Thankfully, you can't really see the broken nail. Thankfully. Go for it, yeah. Patience is key. Oh yeah, maybe it's a little too soon for symptoms. Yeah, so I will say that these do not sell well for me in person. They sell very well for me online because people watch and see how much effort and time goes into them. it's kind of hard to convince people at like a craft show to pay, you know, the prices that you deserve. But that's okay, because, you know, I have a lot of other things I sell at shows. Aw. I guess I can see that. Didn't hurt. Didn't even know it happened till I looked down and noticed it was gone. Because it didn't even, like, I mean, it might have kind of tore a nail, but, like, it didn't rip anything. It just clean break. So I sell a lot of Christmas ornaments too. I think out of everything, I sell the most Christmas ornaments, but I basically work on Christmas ornaments at least half the year full time. But this year I'm trying to do all year round, but like only certain days until July. It'll be 5 years on in March. So I don't just do these, I do a bunch of other things, but all dots, all dots in some way. Oh yeah, thank you. This one? Thanks. So yeah, lots of hard work and dedication to building my my platform. I think a lot of you guys are new here. Welcome in. This is not my main platform. I actually am on TikTok the most. I've been on TikTok since I started, so the majority of my following and stuff has come from there. So I'm still trying to kind of get up my other platforms. This is the newest one out of all of them. So it's taken me a while to get to the point that I'm at, and sometimes I still feel like it's real hard and not worth it, but worth it in the end, of course. I think I did maybe do, I don't know. Did I do this one live? I might not have. I usually freestyle. Sometimes I have an idea, but I usually freestyle. Yep, my counter is currently at 57 ornaments for 2026 season, which isn't too shabby. Yeah. So this one's either going to be like Easter Peeps themed or Conversation Heart, pastel Conversation Heart. I haven't decided yet. So if I wipe it off fast enough, it depends. Well, it depends on the surface. So for this, it's a little bit more porous. So I usually have to go over it with some black base coat just to kind of fix it. But if it's on like a Christmas ornament that's plastic, you usually can just wipe it off. On a canvas or like piece of wood, you know, I try and wipe it off what I can, and then I'll put my base coat on it again. But it just kind of depends. I don't stress like messing up anymore. Most of my stuff is fixable. Most recently, my biggest boo-boo was this. And you can't really tell too much. I had a resin fail. This did still sell though, so I listed it as imperfect so the person buying it knows. But it looks a lot better than it did, but I couldn't fully fix it. This area right here, I had to sand down. It kind of took off some of like a little bit, but you can't really see from far away. So, you know, that's my biggest boo-boo as of late. Fine, just ugly and short. It's just ugly and short. Here is something I painted today. I'm going to be teaching this in February in my VIP group. This is one of the three main projects in the group for February. So it's pretty fixed. You know, I was honestly pretty surprised how well I was able to fix it. Hello, Heather. No, but it did make me think for just a small amount of time if I should try out long coffin shape, but honestly, I've had these nails since I started this platform, and I feel like it's just not me if I don't have pointy nails. That heart was it's kind of like wood, kind of from Hobby Lobby. It's got a resin like top coat, a resin glitter top coat, and I just painted on top of it. I'm gonna drag out those little teardrops a little bit more. So one of them is a heart from Hobby Lobby. We're gonna start off February with it as just another Valentine's Day project. It's one of those standing hearts. Sit back and relax. This is a form of like meditation and relaxation. So just enjoy the vibe. Sit back and relax. Or if you really wanted to see some finished results, check out my TikTok. I'm sure there's a bunch of pretty pots on there. It sounds like I'm in a tin can. How do I sound for anyone else? Is it weird? Kinda echoey. I wonder why. I wonder if it's just some people. I don't know. Where did I put that orange paint? Here it is. Does it? Whoops. Hello. Just gonna make a few of these just a little bigger. Kind of like how, I don't want to say that orange paint is dry already, but I feel like it dries down rather quickly. Nearly asleep. That's okay. Actually, I take that as a compliment. Yeah, I mean, every once in a while, I definitely say it could be my phone, but I just don't know, you know? I usually blame Facebook or TikTok or whatever platform I'm on. It is, isn't it pretty? Kind of obsessed with it. Can't wait for my other ones. I thought I was going to get them this Saturday, but when I looked on Amazon, it said the 24th. How terrible. don't want to wait that long. I honestly, like, when I got it this in a box today, I didn't know where it came from. I was like, what is this? What did I order? And then I opened it. I was like, oh, this came from a different shop on Amazon. I know. Well, that's because there aren't really many great ones, in my opinion. It's very hard to find an orange and a yellow that I like. But I definitely need some more metallic ones because I don't have enough of them. Oh yeah. I'm like, do I add red into this? I don't know. One of the reasons I don't really like working with yellows and oranges and reds is like, I feel like there really aren't that many different shades. You know, they're all kind of similar, not different enough, not pretty enough. It's just boring to me. I don't know. I couldn't resist doing a few top dots. Couldn't resist. It is. Well, new to me. It's not new, but new to me. This is Art Alchemy. I'm not sure if it really exists, so you can just find kind of new ones everywhere. Or not new ones, but places that sell random colors everywhere. Hey girl, hey. Called Phoenix Feather. I do. The only thing about it is that it's thick. It's very thick. I had to thin it out quite a bit. And the quality depends on where you get it from, and it's never always the same. Sorry, I need to mix this color up. This has been sitting for a while. It's expensive though. I mean, for paint, I feel like normal paint color. We're used to spending 99 cents to $1.50 on these. So when you're, you know, above $5, it's a lot. Most of mine were $8.99 or more. So thankfully I had a gift card on Amazon. Otherwise I wouldn't have as many colors coming. Probably gonna, oh God, that was close. Hold on, I just spilled it. Caught it before it got on me, but hold on. I like the shirt that I'm wearing. Okay. We need a paint palette thing. Let's use this one from the other night. Agreed. Yeah. I think I mean, I haven't had them for long enough. I haven't had to, like, put more, medium in them, but I wouldn't be surprised if they, like, thicken up over time and I have to add more flow medium to them. I guess we'll see. I used to have two colors a while ago, and they were super thick, and I guess the flow medium that I had at that point was not good enough. So I actually just threw them out not too long ago, and I'm kind of mad that I did that, because had I known. Oh, nice. Good night. Have a good night. Yeah, this color palette just doesn't do anything for me. It's very pretty, but it's not giving me that like, ooh la la, because these are not my colors. So they said, so I don't know for sure. I just wound up buying a new container or a new bottle and asking him to make sure that it was a good quality, and he actually remade the paint for me. But someone said that he, the guy who makes the paint, said to add water. So I've recently started using the Master's Touch Flow Medium from Hobby Lobby. It's very, 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 very thin. A little bit goes a long way. Liquitex is another good one. It's just a little more expensive. And since I really don't use Flow Medium, like, ever, I don't want to spend a bunch of money on it. Yeah, I'm about to put some more yellow in here. Don't worry, don't worry. I would maybe do bottled water, but like, yeah, he literally said, or no, do you have any distilled water? I don't know. Someone just said he said to add water, so I've never tried it because I just wound up getting a new bottle. But that color is Tiger Lily, so I know it's going to dry a little dark, but I'm okay with it. Gross. Gross. Don't know if that was a good color to use. All right, whatever. Oh, shit. I'll fix that. Hold on. My hand slipped. Love the fence. Well, right, I know. And that's why I was surprised when the guy said that literally the maker of the paint said to add water. I don't know. Because I don't recommend adding water to paint anyways, either. I definitely don't recommend it. Yeah. The snowman. Okay. My hand slipped again. It is so hard to use these tools on a curved surface. So hard. All right, I'm about to throw this tool. I'll have to fix these. That's why once I said that, I asked about the distilled water, because I was also curious if it was going to get moldy or not. Ah. Oh my gosh. Gotta work quickly. I don't have my water bowl thing over here. Probably a bad idea to use this color with that tool though, because it is a little thick. And the thicker paints don't typically do as well with these fancy tools. I gotta fix these too. I think it depends where you live, because some places have better tap water than others. Like here, where I grew up in Pittsburgh, it was quite common to drink the tap water. But where I live now, it's definitely very chlorine, hard water, like not that great. Thanks. I'm messing up right now, but that's okay. We'll fix it. No big deal. I feel like if I mess up, like I mean, I don't mess up that often, but if I'm painting a pot, you can almost guarantee I'm gonna have some sort of mess up at some point. Where's my paintbrush? Not over here, of course. We'll let this dry for a couple minutes. We'll finish that blue and purple one while we're waiting. Just needs a few like top dots and stuff. Yeah, what about them? Oh, cool. I think he came to Pittsburgh not too long ago. I didn't go see him though. I think he has his moments. I mean, sometimes he's a little too crude, but sometimes I think he's funny. Right, like sometimes I enjoy some of his stuff, and the other times I'm like, oh, come on. A couple months ago, we went to go, well, I don't know if it was a couple months ago, but we went and saw Joe Coy. I don't know if you guys know him. I think Bert Kreischer, whatever his name is coming in March, but I don't think we're going to see him. I would like to go see him, but I don't think we're going. Yeah, his Matt Rafe's shows, they're expensive. They're hard to go to because everybody wants to go. His tickets are outrageous. But like, I feel like all tickets for things these days are expensive. It's called Crocus, Crocus. Crocus Fields or Field. Yeah, this is the color that kind of started my art alchemy search for colors because I really liked it. And I was like, well, if I'm gonna get that one, I might as well get a few others. Eventually I'll have like 10 of them, but you know, slowly but surely. Just putting some glitter on top of this blue because it is pretty. Don't know who Brandon Lake is. Did I skip one? Sometimes I skip and come back. Like maybe if I have too much paint on my tool, sometimes I'll skip one and then go back to it. Oh, I should have taken my rings off. I might be all right. It's been a handful of hours since I painted the bottom part. Yeah, so my nails are kind of at their end. I'm due for a new set, soak off. They get the longest, you know, obviously towards the end because they've been growing for 3 months. So it was a little long for sure. I feel like I start with my nail, well, I used to start with my nails about this short and pointy, but lately I've just let her do whatever. Hello, hello, Sherry. You got your starter kit? Yay, me either. It is a Hobby Lobby metallic. Not a huge fan of Hobby Lobby paints, but I kind of liked that color, so I decided to use it. They're fine on these because they're not going to come off, but I have noticed that whenever I used Hobby Lobby paints on ornaments, whenever I went to go wipe my guidelines off, it would pull them off as well. It seems okay on this surface though, and like wooden surfaces, but I'm kind of in the middle with the Hobby Lobby paints. They're nice, they're affordable, they're pigmented, but I feel like some of them don't really last that long. Now, I haven't tried adding flow medium to any of them as they started kind of thickening up, but it seems like as soon as I opened it, the timer started, the paint timer, and now I'm kind of testing some stuff. If I had to choose Hobby Lobby paints, I would definitely choose the metallics because they are very pretty, but they are thick. Another thing about the Hobby Lobby paints is that because they're thick, and I've tried adding medium to some of them to use with the 3D tools, they don't get along. So I think it would depend on how my space is. The desk that I'm using works really well with the space that I'm in because I basically took over my dining room and it's like a corner desk, so and I utilize the two walls kind of this way and that way. But if I had a space where I could, you know, have a straight desk, I would probably do the Alex desks from IKEA, and you can get like the drawer system. So basically it would be like this. Now I squeezed my glitter drawers in between, but basically the gray, I would have something like that where I would sit in here. And I would maybe have a few of the tables, not necessarily with the drawers, maybe a couple, but I would have like tables lined so that like I could have like a packing station and a you know what I mean? But I need like an actual squareular room for that, and more space. But I like the Alex. I have a lot of IKEA. I mean, this desk is IKEA, and pretty much all of my furniture in here is IKEA. But I have an IKEA like 11 minutes away from me, so thanks. All right, let's get back to this one. Well, my fan tool, where is it? I literally just had it. I lost it. What the frig? Thank you. Oh yeah, it's one of my favorites. I love doing pastel color palettes. Oh, fan tools. ¿Dónde estás? Like, I know I freaking have another set too, so where the hell is it? Ah, wait. Is this it? Oh my goodness gracious. For real? Alright, whatever. I think they're Alex. Alex. Yeah, it's cute. I had that on my wish list. Someone gifted it to me. It's cute. I've got a few different lights at my desk area. I've got like an LED light strip that I taped up, kind of like a big light box. And then I've got the little half moon, and I've got like a normal lamp too. Lots of different lights. This light yellow is so thick. I don't use this color very often. Should have thought about that, but it's fine. I know. I can't stop thinking of that. Maybe I'll make this a Halloween pot. I already have to do a Halloween pot because this one, I started it last year and never finished it. I don't know. Maybe I could find some like sunflowers or something. Nope, never found it. Might be in the trash, might be in someone's package. I don't know. It's embarrassing, but I don't know. Right? I love IKEA furniture. Mm-hmm. We're just gonna keep winging it. The main reason I agreed to do orange and yellow is because I really wanted to use this color. I know, I grew up with an IKEA pretty close, and I never really thought about how privileged I was to have an IKEA so close. I didn't know that. I mean, now I know, but when I was growing up, I thought that was just a store that like everyone kind of had, at least kind of close. And then when I was in college, the closest one to me, which I was only an hour up the road at Slippery Rock, but the closest one to us was the one near like where I live now. And that was the closest one to my roommate who's from State College, PA. So we did like a weekend trip, and her grandma came down because that's, you know, who took care of her when she was growing up. And we went shopping at IKEA, and she was like, I don't have an IKEA anywhere. This is the only IKEA I've ever been to. First time. And I'm like, wow, really? Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna be filling this bibbit up. I could leave it, but that's just feels unfinished. Be kind of thankful you've never been to one, Dory, because I feel like you would wish that you had one closer. Nice. Do you have it, or you just ordered it? Because their stuff is, I mean, there's some expensive stuff, but for the most part, their stuff is pretty affordable because you build it yourself. So that's how they kind of keep a lot of their prices for furniture lower. And it's not usually like the best quality, but it's not terrible, you know. It'll obviously last, as long as you're not like jumping on it and, you know, being a hooligan. But yeah, Scott and I we don't build IKEA furniture together. We learned our lesson. It always causes an argument fight, because he tries to do it, and then I try and help, and then he gets frustrated, and, you know, we end up bickering. So whenever I get something new from IKEA, that's his job. He builds it, and I stay far away. I mean, you guys remember the last time he was building IKEA furniture and he stepped on like that like nail thing sticking out because he had it like on the floor. Remember that? Yes. But you can also hire people to build your IKEA furniture too. We had to do that for our bed frame because we literally could not figure it out. We were convinced that we were missing a piece. We bickered so bad that I had to go sit outside on the steps outside the apartment because I was so mad. So when I went to work the next day, he like hired someone to come build the bed frame, and apparently she was very nice, and she basically was like, yeah, this is definitely difficult. My first time building it, it was not fun. She's like, but at this point I built so many that it's quite easy. Yep. We know certain things that we can and cannot do around each other. I don't have enough room. Poop. I don't have enough room. But like I kind of do want to like, I don't think I have enough room, even if I do like a partial star. Should we try it? Let's try it. Let's just, for shits and gigs, let's see what happens. It's gonna be awkward though. Awkward angle. But maybe I can still pull it off. Yeah, especially like with the colors. Okay, so I want to do like that maybe. Oh, this is really hard. Oh my god. I don't hate that. Yeah, yep. Definitely gets to a point where you've got to stop because it's frustrating you too much. But once it's built, you're like, hell yeah. IKEA. Okay, I would not recommend this on a pot. But since it started, we're gonna finish it this way. Thanks. Oh, I just stuck my finger in paint. It's fine. I'll fix that dot later. This is such an awkward angle, because I have to try and keep my tool from moving, but I don't. And then like lifting it up, oh, it's so difficult. I should have learned, because we kind of did something similar on one of the Valentine's Day ones with one of the tools. I was not happy with the decision, but we had to keep going. I will fix these and sharpen them up a little bit. Just trying to get them on there, you know. I'll fix that. Hold on. How am I gonna do this without sticking my hand in paint? Let's just go. All right, I guess that's where we're going. All right, cool. Commit. All right, that actually didn't look too bad. Where's my water? Oh, right here. Oh, I love them. The hardest decision is to narrow it down to, I think, 10 colors. And then I'll get a pre-order going. So this specific thing, we kind of, I don't know, we came on here at 9:30, and I worked on a different one for a little bit, but all in all, I have been dot painting for almost 5 years. Technically no. However, there are some that are very similar in colors. That's like kind of difficult to tell which one is which. So that's kind of how I'll be narrowing it down. And I'm already thinking of like the next batch, but I have to get some samples of them first. Yeah. I try really hard to answer all the comments. Sometimes I miss them, but I do try to answer. So, I don't know if you see a little cart icon thing. I don't know how it pops up here on YouTube, but I do have my website linked in my bio, and you're able to shop my website also through here. Now, I only have 3 available right now. 2 of them are Halloween, and one's kind of like a spring-ish, like blue floral bunny kind of one. All the ones you see in front of me, they are not done yet. I don't sell these pots empty. Like, you can't put plants in them. And I specifically sell them that way on purpose. I put artificial succulents and flowers and plants, and sometimes some cute little figurines to kind of match the theme. Think of it as like a forever fairy garden that you don't have to water, and you don't have to, you know, really take care of. There's a bag on the bottom right corner. Huh? Oh, a bag, yeah. Duh. I'm sitting here looking at my screen for a bag on my table. I'm like, what are you talking about? I got you. So, for a couple reasons. One, because I want to. But, so these are terracotta pots. They're very porous, and I just don't feel confident that I can fully seal them well without having the water leak through. So if I were to just seal the outside and not the inside, this will soak up water, and then it'll start to make your paint bubble and peel. They make terracotta pot sealant, but I don't keep plants, and I'm not trying to test something for like a year or two to see how well it lasts. I just don't want to. And I think they're real cute. Now I do sell large pots, where I basically just paint the rim with flowers and other things, and the bottom is like a ceramic and it's white, and it says I wet my plants, or it says you grow girl, or love grows here or something. So I will do those, and I'll sell them empty, but I've just never sold these empty, and I never will. Hello. I don't know who just posted in the Facebook chat asking if I was going live tonight, but someone answer and tell them I'm on YouTube. We're on YouTube tonight. Please and thank you. Thank you. She on top of it. I appreciate it. If you guys are new here, hello, welcome. My name's Jenna. I'm not just live on here. I am live a lot of the times on TikTok. That's my main platform, but I'm transitioning into YouTube a couple days a week. I also have a Facebook group, and I go live on my Facebook page on Mondays and Tuesdays. And we have a little .fam group chat on Facebook. And they just kind of talk to each other in there and stuff too. So it's a pretty fun community. If you're looking for some art friends, we're your people. Welcome to the .fam. And we hope to see you across the different platforms. Hello, hello. A lot of the people that you see in this chat, I mean, there's some new people, but a lot of people you see in this chat are people that you'll regularly see inside my lives across the other platforms. This is my last YouTube live of the week. I go live on YouTube on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9:30 to midnight. But TikTok, I am live Mondays from 9:30 to midnight. Oh, I guess those are all getting multiple dots. Mondays from 9:30 to midnight, and Fridays from 9:30 to midnight, Saturdays 2 to 5 and 9:30 to midnight, Sundays 9:30 to midnight. I'm also live on Facebook, and I have a VIP group where I teach this. Basically, I'm live every day except Wednesdays, and sometimes multiple times a day. Just depends on which platform. But nope, this is my full-time gig. I have been doing this for 5 years here, coming in March, and I've worked very, very hard. I still work very, very hard to kind of build a platform and a community that kind of has been super amazing for my business. And I mean, stuff changes every year. You know, the first couple years, all I did was sell my art. The last like year and a half, I've been selling fancy dotting tools, and I've been teaching. So I don't sell as much art because now people know how to do it. But you know, it's been a really great experience, and I'm definitely, I definitely don't take it for granted at all. But it sure was a blessing in disguise. Originally, this was supposed to be just like a hobby, a little bit of a mental burnout healing kind of thing in between jobs, but I wound up actually never getting another job after I got let go from my past life, and I've been doing this ever since. Yeah, I definitely feel very blessed to be able to paint. No, I don't want to say all day, every day, because I don't anymore, but I do still paint quite a bit. Well, more admin stuff as my business has grown, but... So I have a degree in public health, but I actually worked in the restaurant industry. I graduated college in 2016 with a public health degree, and I worked at Chipotle for a while, and I eventually worked my way up to general manager. because at the time I was trying to get into their safety, security, and risk corporate team, specifically the food safety auditor part of their corporate. So I was trying to work my way up in the system, and then eventually talked to an auditor who came to my restaurant and asked her what she thought of her job, and told her that I, was kind of interested in doing it, and she basically talked me out of it. She basically said, "Do you like to travel?" And I said, "Not really." She's like, "Do you want kids, or like want to like settle down and get married?" And I said, "Yes, I want to settle down and get married." And she was like, "Yeah, so this job, you're traveling all the time." She's like, "I bought a house 6 months ago. My husband's been living there without me. I literally don't have really any time off. I'm always traveling." She's like, "If you're single and wanting to see different places, great. But if you're not, this is definitely not a job for you." So I was kind of like, oh shit, now what do I do? I spent all this time, working my way up in the company, and now I'm not even gonna really do anything with it, right? So eventually a different restaurant reached out to me, and they were more of a startup. They were similar to Chipotle, like in the style of like the way they serve their food, but it was Indian. And the startup part of it was very interesting to me because there was potential for like some pretty major growth, especially if the restaurant chain like grew and grew. Because at the time I think there were only like 4 or 5 restaurants. So I taught them a lot, brought my Chipotle knowledge and my food safety knowledge, and eventually I made it to corporate there. I was the training and new store opening manager for a while, and then once COVID happened, they threw me into the corporate food safety position because that guy quit, and I had a public health degree, so Jenna can do it, and I about shit my pants. I was also running like 2 restaurants at the time too, so eventually I got burnout, asked for a raise, and they told me I didn't have enough experience and let me go. So that was cool. But it's a blessing in disguise, because one of the last things that the CEO told me before they let me go was that they just didn't think that I knew what I wanted to do in my life. And at first I was really pissed off about that, because I'm like, what the fuck do you mean? But literally did a complete just 180, 360 somersault, because art, I was not an art person growing up. Can't draw. I didn't take all the art classes, nothing like that. So this is a very new part of my life in the last 5 years. But if there's a will, there's a way. You can pretty much do anything if you put your mind to it. Thanks. My sister got it for me for Christmas. Long story short, I got effed over, and it brought me to this. Yeah, they actually wound up closing a few restaurants, and I don't think they're doing too well. They had to hire 3 people, 2.5, 3 people to replace me. So instead of, let me back up and say I was making 70,000, and then when COVID hit, they bumped me down to 50 because everybody needed to take one for the team. And then I never got my money again. They didn't bump me back up after, COVID kind of started going away. And all I wanted was them to at least bump me back up to 70 that they hired me at, and they didn't. So, instead of just, bumping me up 20,000, they probably had to shell out at least another 100,000 easily to hire 2 new people. That's assuming that they hired them at 50, who knows. So yeah, their loss. But, my fiance was like, "You work way too hard to work for anybody else's pocket. Why don't you try, you like doing this, why don't you try to kind of build a business from it?" And here we are. I've built a really awesome, supportive community. I try and support as many other small businesses as possible. I formed a really great relationship with one of my friends on here who does, she designs the 3D printed tools that I sell. So her and I together, basically I'm able to, pay her a nice bit to help her out. I have a couple friends of small businesses that I always direct you guys to. Like, if you ever need glitter, Down Glitter Holler is your girl. That's one of my very close friends. I actually met her on TikTok. But yeah, I'm very, very much like a we grow together kind of thing. Pretty much an open book. There isn't much that I don't share. I do have a couple boundaries, but all in all, I don't gatekeep. So I think this is kind of where I was supposed to be, you know? I mean, it's not like I've never trained or taught things in my life, but I think that I'm pretty good at it. Thanks. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely hard. You know, I work from the time I get up at, you know, 9-ish. I kind of roll out of bed around 9:30 most days until easily midnight. Maybe I take a little nap in between, but definitely working longer hours. Really don't have a day off. But good for me, this is still my hobby. Even though it's my full-time job, I still really love doing it. So even when I'm off, maybe I'm not doing like business things. Maybe I just want to like free paint. But I guess you could still kind of consider that working. It just doesn't really feel like it. I can't believe it's already 11. What the heck? Time is flying. Now I won't be able to do the rim part of this tonight because I've got to wait for this bottom layer to dry. So I'll probably do that tomorrow night on TikTok. I don't think I'll do it during the day. I have some things to do tomorrow. But we'll set this down for tonight and start something new. You guys still okay with pots? Or you want to do something else? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Maybe one day, except the thing is that I'm greedy as hell. And you know, I want to try and make as much money as possible for myself. Pots. Okay. Pots. I know you guys have been waiting for me to do pretty pots again, and I kept like telling you guys no. Mostly I use acrylic paints. The paint that I was just using was it's acrylic paint, but it's the Art Alchemy. All right, let me go. Oh wait, let me see if I can't find that special pot that I was telling you. I literally like mentioned it for a second, and hold on. I gotta find my Walmart bag. Person. I feel like the most help I need, the most times when I need help is like packing orders, because that can take a few hours of my day. Look how cool this shape is. I'm gonna take these off though, because they're gonna get all gross. Oh wow. Okay, I was gonna say, how did that first one come off so easily, but these ones didn't. I don't really know how I'm gonna hold it though. That's the only issue, but I think it's a really fun shape. Gross. All right. Isn't it cute? I got 2 of them, and then I've been thinking about them the last like 2 days, and I'm like, how the frick am I gonna hold that? Like, I just did not consider that part of things. I just thought like it'd be really cute to do like a little, I don't know. I probably would still do like the little, succulents and stuff. I don't know. I like the wide mouth terracotta things, and usually you have to go pretty large on a pot size to have like a nice wide opening. I don't know. I'm wondering if like this is something that I put on like something taller and just kind of put it on like a little turntable and spin it. I don't know. Oh, he's probably cold. Wally World. They were about $3, I think. Yeah. Oh, I guess I can. There you go. I think I'm gonna draw the guidelines the same way. I think I can put it upside down on a Pop Perfect sheet. At least that's what I was planning on doing. So I guess we'll see. I'm not sure. So I had I don't know if they're reliable. They're not like unreliable, but I don't know them. Source that made a comment to me saying, pretty sure they're getting rid of it and, you know, coming out with a new product. And I said, huh? And I reached out to Folk Art and they have not messaged me back. And it's probably been a week and a half, 2 weeks at this point. So honestly, I don't know. But you know me and my extreme glitter hologram. I would not be able to live without it. So I stocked up just in case. That's a typical cat. Toby does that too. Except I can usually tell. He'll stop purring and his eyes will get really big. And then, you know, then he's not so nice. But he usually does that to Scott and not me. I didn't really think about how I was going to paint this. All right, well, I'm going to get paint all over my hand, but it's fine. Nothing that a little soap and water can't fix. Oh, I didn't like that sound or that feeling on my nails. Ooh, sorry. This is definitely like a more terracotta feeling. I mean, it is literally terracotta, but you know how some terracotta is a little bit smoother? I wouldn't say this is rough, but it's definitely good and paintable, but it has that feel to it, you know, makes you want to cringe. Almost always black. Sometimes I'll do other colors, but honestly, I really don't like to. I feel like the colors pop the best over black. And if you think about it, so your eyeballs, they're drawn, so white light reflects, black absorbs. So whenever you're dotting, you'll see, I thought I got paint in my ring. You'll notice that like you'll be able to see the spaces between your dots a lot more if you're doing it on a light or white color, and a lot less when you're doing it on dark or black. But I personally am a huge fan of black backgrounds. That's just a personal preference. But if someone were to like commission me and they don't want a black background, then, you know, I'll do it. Hello. Let me wash my hands. Piggybacking off of the background comment, whenever you use a colored background, you're also very limited to certain colors, right? Some colors might be too close to that background color and then they won't show up, or certain colors don't look good with that background color. Black, you can pretty much do anything. Wally World is where I got these. Don't really know how I'm gonna paint them, but currently just base coating them, which now I'm like thinking about my bad decisions because I have so much stuff on my desk right now. Please hold, let me just move these really fast. And I think I need to go get another pot, so hold on. Thanks. I have a little fun with them. Okay, this is gonna have to go somewhere else for now. I'll move this over here. Move these. Gotta make room for my little spinny thing. Going up. Okay. So this sheet is called Pot Perfect, and this helps me ensure that I get a good number of dots around the rim. No, I didn't. I'm leaving it till I get my nails actually done next week. So you center your pot, and then you use these little lines and you just mark some little tick marks all the way around. Depending on which template you use will tell you how many dots you're going to get around. So I'm using the 28 template, which is 28 dots, which will wrap around, and I'll be able to skip every four dots, which is preferable to me. 3 or 4, once I start breaking up my design, is what I prefer. Every 2 dots, I feel like you don't really get that chance to do too much in your design. And 5 is pushing it. So 3 and 4 to me is, whoops, pretty perfect. I find it easier to use a little lazy Susan and just spin this instead of trying to move your pot and line it up each time. So I'm just going around, marking the lines. And I'll do that for those weirdly shaped ones too, or at least I'm assuming it'll work out just fine. But we need to wait for them to dry a little bit longer. I haven't, mostly because I'm afraid that it's gonna burn. I know people do them, but that's the other thing. I like doing things that, you know, most people don't do. And if you do see people doing it, it's probably because they got it from me. But you won't really see me doing mandala stones very often. You won't see me doing mugs. I'm kind of like to be different. So I'm just kind of eyeballing, bringing those lines down. You could take your time with a ruler, but I'm lazy. Pretty pot time. So back in the day, before we had that little tool, we would count, and I would just cross my fingers and hope that I got a decent number perfectly all the way around. Sometimes I did, other times I did not, and then I'd have to kind of figure out what the heck I was gonna do, but you know, it's fine. Okay, I think I want to do another like maybe pastel one. I don't know, we'll start with this one. Oop, that's not the right tool. We do like different. little off with this one, but that's all right. It'll meet up eventually. Didn't we all? But I used to always start with this tool, and I would just, you know, cross my fingers. And it worked most of the time, but sometimes it didn't. I always got anywhere between 27 and 30 dots. A lot of the times I would get 29 dots, which was not a good number. Can't divide 29 by anything. But you can divide 28 by 4, and 27 by 3, and 30 by 3. But I almost never got 30 on this one. This size pot anyways. It was usually 27, 28, or 29. Yeah, that's at Wally World. Sorry, I missed that, Trace. Yeah, everybody would they would count for me, and then everybody would say their count, and you know, we'd always usually have to double count, because some people would get 27 and people would be like, no, I got 28. No, I got 26. So then we go and count again. But you know, I do sometimes miss that. She's still very sore. I don't know if she's still in here, but she was texting me earlier, and I told her I had a really bad headache, and she was like, oh no, did you take anything? And I was like, yeah, I'm just waiting for it to kick in. And she's like, yeah, I'm trying to lay down here soon. So, I mean, she's gonna be sore for a while, for sure. Hello, hello, how's it going? Yeah, she might have passed out. I mean, remember, technically she's, even though she runs on US time, she is in the UK, so she might be sleepy. I couldn't imagine, you know, having a lot of my friends over in the US. Oh, yeah. I can't remember how many colors Folk Art Extreme Glitter has. They have a bunch, though. It is a 4mm dowel, yep. So Paula slipped on ice the other week, last weekend. And she like twisted her ankle and foot weird and landed right on her like front side. So she's got some bruises on her, like under her boobage. Probably, you know, broke a couple ribs. She definitely got herself a little banged up. So she's in a lot of pain. There's not really much they can do to help her. So she's just kind of trying to take it easy. But yeah, she's in a lot of pain. She's super bruised up. Her foot's all black and blue. Yeah. I mean, thankfully, you know, it wasn't anything worse. And that, like, overall, she seems to be okay. She's just in pain. It could have been a lot worse. Yeah, exactly. There's really not much you can do if you broke a rib. They said that she didn't break any ribs, but she's in a lot of pain, and she feels like she did. And they didn't even do an x-ray. They just didn't, I think they did an x-ray on her foot, but not her ribs. They, like, didn't want to or something. I don't know. I don't know if she said the other day that she was going to try and go back and request for them to give her some more x-rays, but I don't know if she did. Yeah, she sent me a couple pictures. She's like, don't mind it. And I'm like, oh geez, Paula, that is not fun looking. Like, it's nice and black. Like, it's like a black purple. It's not good. Yeah. She definitely twisted herself up. Like, bent her toes backwards. Just right down. And she's not a spring chicken. I mean, she acts like one, but she's not. So falling is definitely not good. I mean, if I fell like that, and I'm only 30, how old am I? 31? I almost said 32. Hold up there, Jenna. Not yet, man. That would hurt me too. I know. I mean, when I freaking fell down a couple steps wearing my platform boots with the deviled eggs, my life freaking flashed before my eyes. And I was fine. I just a little shaken up. But hopefully she feels better in the next couple months because she's got a big trip to the US planned. Oh, yeah. I mean, I feel like even at 30, I don't heal the same as I did a couple years ago. So hopefully I get to see some of you guys when she comes over to the East Coast side of things. Don't know what we're doing yet, but so she's going to Utah for Tina's wedding. She's photographing one of Tina, is it Tina C? She's photographing Tina's wedding, and she's staying or hanging out with Stormy and, you know, the Dot fam kind of, who want to go visit the Utah area. And then she is flying over to me, like over near me. And I don't know, I was thinking maybe, because I live near an airport, so I was thinking maybe we get one of the hotels close to there, rent out the conference room for a day or two, and do like a fun Dot fam paint sesh, kind of hang out for a night or something. I think she wants to she's gonna try to travel. She wants to see DC and New York City, and I was kind of like, well, those are very far away, because in the UK, basically you can fit a UK in pretty much all of the US states, and sometimes you can fit multiple UKs in certain states. So she she doesn't really fully grasp the size of the US, you know what I mean? Because when she told me, like, oh yeah, I'd love to see New York City and I'd love to go see the White House, and I'm like thinking, all right, well, if you're near me, it's going to take 6.5+ hours to get to New York City. And then opposite direction, it's going to take 4.5 hours from Pittsburgh to get to DC. Like, that's not a quick trip, you know? So she will probably be here maybe for a couple days, and then she'll probably do a little bit of traveling maybe. No, I think it's way more than that. I think it's 1 UK per state, per most states, minus like the little tiny states, you know. And then there's like a couple UKs in Texas and stuff like that. Pretty sure that's what she said. You can get to one end to the other in just a, you know, a couple hours. Here it's like multiple days. So if anybody's close-ish to Pittsburgh and wants to come hang out, you guys are more than welcome to. Hopefully the more the merrier. I'm stressing out about it because I want to, you know, I'm a bad host. Freaking out a little bit. It'll be fine. But, I mean, there will at least be 3 of us, me, Paula, and Heather. So. Oh my gosh, right? Like, I've lived here my whole life. But even I'm like, I don't know what the hell we would do here. Like, go ride the incline, maybe go to a couple museums. Like, I don't freaking know. Judy might come. But yeah, I mean, it's still kind of a little bit in the future. I don't know the deets yet. And it's right around tax season for me, so I'm probably gonna be broke. Be a broke bitch. It'll be fun. Yeah, I think, I mean, there's enough hotels around here that I'm sure one of them will probably let us maybe rent out their conference room for a day. We'll see. My apartment definitely is not big enough for all of you. I don't know. Maybe like 2. I don't know. Jenny would probably know that answer. We need purple. Oh, I guess we're going full pastel. Purple and where's peaches and cream? Here it is. I believe the end of March and into April, I believe. I can't remember the dates. I know. But I'm like super awkward in person. I know it seems like I'm super like I'm an extroverted introvert. I mean, if you guys talk to me and I don't have to make up the conversation the whole time, I'll be fine. But otherwise, we might just all stand there awkwardly. Though I do like hugs. We do have painting with a twist in a couple places here. Yeah, we do. There's actually one near me, and I know of a couple other ones in the Pittsburgh area. But I think they only have certain classes. There's a pottery place at the mall, which I think might be fun to try and dot paint some pottery. Seven UKs. That's just craziness. Yeah, but I won't be glazing this, you know. And we pretty much know what the color is gonna be. But pottery's cool, you know. You put one color on, it comes out completely different and shiny. There are 2 other craft, well, I guess 3 if you count crochet, but I would, you know, if I could, which I can't because I'm too busy, would love to know how to do pottery, and I know that takes many years to learn, but I would love to do pottery, and I would love to do stained glass work, and then crochet would be fun too. Those would be my other crafty, creative things of choice if, you know, it wasn't super hard to learn. Yeah. I can't remember, was it Stephanie? Oh man. I can't remember which Dot fan member. She did a few pieces of pottery that was really cool. Or she dot painted and sent it through the kiln. Fuck, who was it? Where are you? Are you in here? Please don't hate me for forgetting who it was. There's a lot of you and one of me. So I'm basing it off of how terrible I was at knitting when I was younger. My sister tried to teach me, and I was like, fuck no. Hello, hello, hello. I don't know. If I would have went the opposite direction in Hobby Lobby when I was looking for a hobby, I might not have ever picked up dot stuff. It's crazy how one little change like that could have influenced everything. That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard, that knitting is harder than crochet. Yeah, because if stuff starts to like go wonky, there's really not much you can do. I know. I can't imagine like having to work and still want to do this as much as possible. I mean, I guess these days I can imagine it because I do a lot of admin stuff before I can even paint. I used to paint for, 7, 8+ hours a day, and now I'm lucky if I get 5, and that's only like double live days. 4.5, 5 hours of painting. I do most of my painting these days while I'm live, unless I'm like doing VIP prep, because obviously I do that off camera, but oh, yeah, I'll have to ask. I feel like it's the mid to end of April, but I also can't remember for sure. Don't take anything that I say with any type of certainty. Oh, I think my Toby's probably sleeping. I bet you were tired. No, I know. That's why I have a rule for myself. If I can't integrate dotting into it, I try not to do it, because I just know realistically I don't even have enough time for anything these days. I remember when I first started this, and I definitely wasn't as busy as I am now. My friend, when she still lived here, she would want to hang out, and I'm like, nah, dude, I'm busy. She's like, you are the busiest unemployed person I've ever met. And I was like, I'm not unemployed. I'm just trying to start my own business. She's like, well, still, you know what I mean. You are literally so freaking busy. You can make your own schedule. And I'm like, right, but I'm busy. Really, at that time, all I wanted to do was paint. I didn't want to do anything with anyone. I didn't want to hang out with anyone. I just wanted to paint. Right. Especially, yeah, triple employed for not that much money. They just don't understand. I mean, could I add a little more activity into my life? Sure, but... well, I mean, you can get audited for anything, Judy. But I don't really use those two things very much. Most of my monies comes through Shopify straight into my bank account. Oh, extra cozy night sounds like, Mary. But no, I didn't hear about that. Am I surprised? No. Yeah. Last year was the first year I really had to pay taxes. And that was a freaking shock. I don't even want to talk about this year. Oh, I would love to do sourdough. I would love to do sourdough. I love watching all those videos. How's that going? All right, Paint Booger, you can go not here, thanks. I'm just gonna ignore that Paint Booger for a little bit. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it's pretty hard not to have to claim it, because, you know, isn't it just like 500 bucks? Yeah. I just wish that we didn't have to do taxes on our own and that it just kind of knew. You didn't have to do anything. I'm still not done with all my paperwork, but it's fine. I'll get it done eventually. Oh, that'll be fun. Happy birthday to your daughter. So, yeah, you definitely could. But unfortunately for me, the money just was never in the right spot at the right time. Last year, because I didn't pay quarterly, and it was like my first year like making any money, and, you know, bringing Dory into it obviously raised my income too. We wait until the end, like literally the end, to pay taxes, which is technically the end of Q1 for the new year. So getting slapped with a huge tax thing for 2024, there was no way I could even start paying 2025. So, but it's fine. Correct. And it's funny because we were gonna try and like do a like partial payment, last year, but they wanted you to pay 90%. And I'm like, if I can't afford the full amount, what the fuck makes you think I can do 90% all up front? Huh? What? It's fine. I'll figure it out. Yeah, which kind of sucks because I do kind of help my friends out every once in a while, and then they send it back to me. Don't know if that counts, or I mean, I don't know if it just evens itself out or what, but I just plug and chug into TurboTax. I have my QuickBooks, and you know, I let it do its thing. Oh, needs you to pay for it. Yes, it's Tracy's birthday. Did you see my email back to you, Tracy? Oh no. Good night. Sleep tight. Have a great Friday. 11:50. Okay. Let's do... Where's that stupid thing? All right. It's a like pastel, think pastel, like conversation hearts, or what's the other thing? Like peeps. It could go Easter, it could go Valentine's Day. Yeah, you asked me about my Venmo. It's definitely a weird angle, but I think if I'm careful, I can get this pretty good. I'm gonna write 30 so I don't forget. I know you guys can't really see what I'm doing. I'm sorry. Please hold. I can barely see what I'm doing. I'm just hoping. I just want to get this first row of dots on here tonight, and we can see if it works out. But I have a feeling that this shape pot is going to be one of those things that I have to put down quite often and let it dry so I don't stick my hands in wet paint the whole time. Okay. Let's do blue because that's my favorite. Might as well start this with a favorite paint color, right? Okay, so this is gonna be a bigger dowel. I'm gonna try the 5mm. Maybe it's the purple one. Oh, I don't know. Okay, this is gonna be hard. Maybe it needs to be the blue. Okay. I don't know, I've never done it. Never done it on this before. There's a first time for everything. Yeah, we're gonna say it's the blue. I don't know. Yeah, I sent the email back saying what my PayPal was. It's my first name dash my last name. But yeah, I just responded. I replied to the email that you had sent me earlier. Oh boy, this is something else. Mm-hmm. This is crazy. Don't know how I feel. I mean, the idea of painting this pot was great. The process of actually doing it, I don't know. I mean, maybe I should have just cluster dotted this whole thing. I don't know. I'll probably bitch till the end. Good thing we're not doing this whole thing tonight. But I think I'm probably gonna regret my decision. Mistakes were made. I should have just left this pot at Walmart. Yeah. I was originally gonna say she could buy you a gift card from my website, but I don't have $20 options. I've got 25, 50, and 100, I think. That way, like, you could get the gift card and then just use it every time you wanted to sign up for VIP. Oh, God. Rude. Stupid paint booger thing. Well, at least the dots matched up. You know, that's good. I don't know about that. I really don't even know if I'll be even able to paint on this, you know? Like, how the frick am I supposed to hold it? I grabbed like the flower looking, star looking pots. I think I threw them out. I definitely think I threw it out. I kind of was like, yeah, not happening. Because I don't even know where it is, and I feel like when I was destashing earlier this week, I feel like if I still had them, I would have seen them. But I really liked the opening. That's why I grabbed it. You know, if it doesn't cost that much money, sometimes it's just, you know, more worth my time to just chuck it and say, never mind. Than spend, you know, a couple hours on something that never actually turns into anything. But I think as long as I take my time with this and set it down and pick it up later, which unfortunately I have a really bad track record with that kind of stuff. That crazy ornament that I had to set down and let dry and pick back up and set down and let dry. Right, that's what I was saying. Yeah. So, I mean, Venmo would work. And then I would just kind of keep a little, like, note on your VIP thing. It'll probably look good, but it'll probably be very, very time consuming. I bought a couple of them too, and honestly, I don't know why I decided not to paint them. Maybe I just decided I didn't have time. That's possible. Yeah, like this pot, I mean, I don't know, but it's very possible that this pot could be a little expensive just because of how long it takes, even though it's smaller. I think this is a good place to stop, though, because, you know, we've got 2 minutes. So I'm going to let this hang out, and we'll pick this back up tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, we'll work on this one and that one, probably. Saturday, I'll try and do the fill of a few pots before I go live. But I will see you guys tomorrow at 9:30 over on TikTok. And same thing with Saturday 2 to 5 and 9:30 to midnight over on TikTok, and Sunday 9:30 to midnight over on TikTok, and also Monday. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out with me. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Happy Friday. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.